Alright, so as you guys know, I took last week off from doing P.M.P. That was partially because I was hanging out with my friend for Thanksgiving, and I got sick because we were like staying up all night. Because he actually slept over the Tuesday night because we had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. So he slept over Tuesday night, and then he slept over Wednesday night, and then we hung out all day on Friday. And I actually got sick Friday night, and I was sick sleeping for actually most of Saturday, so I didn't get a chance to edit or anything like that. Which either way, I normally like to get my editing stuff done the Friday nights. That way I can upload it like mid Saturday. And then on Sunday, I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, yo, I'll just put it up next week. So I didn't really film much this week on purpose, so that way I didn't have loads of stuff. So most of this footage coming up is from the week that you guys missed. With, I think, maybe like 5 minutes near the end from this week that just happened. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy either way, and here comes that intro. By the way, let me know how you guys feel about the intro. I kind of like it, but I feel like it could have been better. But, yeah.
That's how we do. Cannon. In a cocoon, I resided on the dark side of the moon. And from my two lips, spit lyrics that cause lunar eclipses. Every rhyme is so big, every line is so sick. Every time I do this, I'm straight clearing the room. Shake the floor like an earthquake. Move your ass like it's your birthday. Get in the blackbird, cause every whack.
Alright, so I'm not sure what week this is going to fit into, but either way, you obviously know that P.M.P. isn't going up on Saturday. I mean, you're already watching it, so you know it didn't go up on Saturday, and I was just mad busy. I went to college on today. It's Saturday night right now, so I went to a college all day today. Well, not all day. Sorry about that. But I went to a college for a while, and then I had puppy classes with my youngest Bagel, and then I had a history project that I had to do, a poster. So I knew I wasn't gonna have any time to edit today. I kind of knew last night, but it was too late because I was exhausted last night too. I don't really know why though. But yeah. Anyway, so it's going up on Sunday. You guys are watching it, so you already know. But whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I went to a place I've talked about before. It's called Alien Entertainment. There's actually 3 things I wanted to get, but I ended up only getting 2, just because my mom was treating me to the figures, so I figured, you know. But anyway, got this DC Direct Justice League Toy Man. This figure has actually got really good articulation for a DC Direct figure. I've seen a couple people using it in with their figures. I know which ones for his Battober. One of his pictures, he had like old school Batman and Robin taking on Toyman. And he had the DCUC version and this one in there. I think this one looks really cool. I think it looks really nice, and it's got pretty decent articulation too. So I was glad to get this, and it was on sale for only $10. I think they were normally 20 there, or no, they were 18. And he's been sitting there. I just wiped off some dust. I don't know if you guys can really see it. There's still some dust on there, but they've been sitting there for a long time. Like, ever since they transferred to their new location about 4 years ago, they've had these guys there. They might have even had it before, but I never really noticed their DC stuff prior to, because I was into Marvel. They didn't have any Legends this time, so I was kind of mad. They had some selects, and I was going to get the Ultron that I still need to grab, but I figured to get these 2 guys for $20 total was much better. And I was going to get, also from a different series of Justice League, it was Scarecrow, and he had like a removable head, so he had a Scarecrow head, and then he had a Jonathan Crane head with the glasses, and it was cool, but his robe went all the way down, and his legs didn't look like they really had any articulation. And also, I don't know, the Scarecrow head wasn't looking that great to me. Like, the eyes weren't really defined enough for me. I don't know. So instead, I made like a little thing with myself that I'm going to try and get all of the Dark Victory figures. And this one was the only one that they had there, so I was happy to see it there, and I just happened to grab it. So I was like, yeah, the Scarecrow from Dark Victory. he looks a little bit weird. But I thought he looked cool in Dark Victory. But he does look a little bit strange. But his articulation looks to be a bit better because his thing doesn't drape all the way down. He's got some knee articulation. I think the Scarecrow looks cool. I wish they had the rest of the figures. I know I saw what's his name, which one's posing with this guy a lot, and then I saw this guy in a couple of them. I really like the way they did Penguin in Dark Victory. I've seen Commissioner Gordon in a ton of people's hands, and I don't think I've ever seen the Dark Victory Batman. He's got an interesting head sculpt. But I saw the statue that I wanted to get. It was part of their Black and White series from DC, and it was, I don't know what the storyline it was from, but it was when Batman was drawn kind of like how the comics for Hellboy are drawn. Here, let me see if I can get the comic Hellboy figure. Here, I know I got him right here. He was drawn very similar to this. Like, he had the same kind of knee styles and the same feet and like abs and whatnot, and I thought he looked really sick, and I wanted to get him, but he's like $90, and I was like, no, thank you. But yeah, I was happy to get these two guys for $20. I'll pop them out, go over them a bit, maybe, but that'll be in next week's or this week's, depending on how this gets placed. I always confuse you guys on this show. I am sorry, but yeah. Alright, so I got the figures opened up. This Toyman I really like a lot. He's got great articulation, pretty solid paint. The only thing I'm not a fan of are the strings coming off of him everywhere. In fact, I'm probably going to cut them all off, which, I mean, But anyway, this actually doesn't go with him. This is the little doll that comes with Scarecrow, which I'll go over when I go over Scarecrow. But he does come with a base, which I believe all the Justice League figures came with. It's got a nice little black, silver kind of lining to it. I don't know, it's nothing really, but, nice that it comes with something. But yeah, this figure I dig quite a bit. It's got some good articulation, pretty decent paint. The sculpt is great. Yeah, I enjoy this figure. Like I said, the strings are a bit annoying. He does have strings coming off of all of his appendages. He's got them off his head. He's got one off of each shoulder, one off of each bicep, one off of each hand, one off of each lower leg, and that is it. But yeah, this figure, like I said, he's nice. Let me just go into the articulation right now. Well, first off, all these screws on here, I'm pretty sure they're not real screws. They're just painted on, or I mean, like sculpted in, just to make the figure look nice. Which I like. It looks cool. I've got them all turning forward, or like all the main ones turning forward or turning out. They're more supposed to be on the back, which I will probably do later, but But he's got them on all of his joints, on each shoulder, each elbow, each wrist, each thigh, each knee, and then each ankle. The ankle ones are kind of hard to see, but they're there. And then he's got one on his neck joint. You guys can't really see it, but it's in there. But yeah, here, I'll go over the articulation. All these joints are like the exact same too. His arms go in and out, forward and back. They rotate at the upper bicep. They rotate at the lower bicep. They bend 90 at the elbow. They rotate under the elbow. I believe this one's not doing it for me right now. This one does, but they rotate under the elbow. Rotates at the top part of the wrist so that you could have his hand going up and down or going in and out, and then they rotate at the wrists. The wrists are kind of, it feels like maybe they're on a ball joint in there. Not really sure. Then his legs are the same kind of thing. They can go out, rotate them forward so he can kick forward, go back and forth. His knees, same thing. So he can go forward and back. Then he rotates. He rotates at the top of his upper leg. He rotates at the bottom. And then he rotates at the top and bottom of this as well. And his ankles can go forward and back. And then you can rotate it so that he can have some ankle pivot, as you guys can see. So, and then he's got no waist, unfortunately, which is the only really thing that I'm missing on this guy. Waist articulation, but not a big deal. Then his neck, it's got the same thing where he can go way back, pretty good forward. Rotates at the top and at the bottom so that you can rotate it about and you can look and tilt his head side to side. But yeah, like I said, it's a nice figure. I do enjoy it quite a bit. I think it's a good figure. It's definitely worth $10 easy. I'm not sure how much this figure regularly goes for, but $10 easy. He could probably, I would even spend 20 on him. He's a nice figure. I'm probably gonna end up, like I said, cutting off all of the strings, just because they're kind of annoying. They're all over the place. And they don't really add anything to him. I mean, it's supposed to be like he's a puppet, and you could like be holding him around and whatnot. But I don't know. But yeah, like I said, nice figure. The paint apps, you guys aren't really gonna get it, but it does have some dry brushing in there. It's all wood looking, except for this. Whoops, this main part black, and then the mask. Otherwise, like his boots are black, like wood too. They feel like wood, and then his hands, his fingers. They look like they've got little joints on them. They are not joints. Don't try and use them like joints, because they will break. But yeah, like I said, it's a really nice figure. It's got good articulation, good paint, good sculpt. It's got everything you'd want. And I think it's just a great figure, and I would suggest you guys pick it up. A nice Batman villain / just straight up villain, I guess. He was a member of, what's it called? The Legion of Doom. So yeah, I would definitely suggest you guys pick him up. I made a little bit of progress on my shelving and whatnot. As you can see, I've got the remainder of my sodas right there. My Balrog actually fucking broke at the ankle, so I'm going to have to just super glue it. Because right now I just have sticky tack in there just so he can stand up. I have to super glue it later. Move my Hellboy and Abe over here. I want them to be kind of close to the side so they don't really cover anyone up. And over here I got my Batman villains. Got my two Jokers right here. Old school, then the new school. With Harley, I've got that Scarecrow in there just because I didn't think that the Dark Victory would really fit in there. I've got in Killer Croc, Black Mask, the Bane, my Joker Thug, Deathstroke, Catwoman. Got my Badass Toyman, which I love that figure. I've got I can't even think of this guy's name. He's not even really a villain that much. Got in my old school Riddler, and then I've got in Catman. And over here I've got my Master Chief along with my Arbiter. And then right here is nothing still. I actually don't know why I set this up, and I'm not really 100% happy with it. But I kind of have like a 90s X-Men type thing going on right here. Kind of. I'm not really fully happy with it. But, and I don't know why I did it, because for my, I was thinking of a display for when the World Tournament comes around. And I'm going to have this shelf empty, because I have to take up 2 shelf height, basically. I mean, it only really will go up to probably about here, but I mean, I have to take this one out, and I would have to use this one, but whatever. And I've still got my X-Force shelf, and my Spidey shelf, which you guys can barely see, but I've got Spidey up on a table. And my X-Villains, which I want to swap out the Juggernaut in there. I want to get the first appearance Sabretooth. My Hulk shelf, which is nothing, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this shelf. I had to move out some of my other my Lion-O I took out of this shelf, as well as my Savage Dragon. But yeah, I want to set up my Dark Avengers somewhere. And then up here I just got random. This guy's cool too, the Dark Victory Scarecrow. He's okay. There's some other stuff. I had to empty out this entire second shelf, and I really just moved a ton of it over here just because I was kind of in a hurry because my friend was coming over and I wanted to get it done before he came. But, you know, my room's really a mess otherwise, so I'm not really going to show you guys anything else. But, yeah, I was happy to do this. I did this 2 days ago, and then I just did this while my friend was over because I was bored, so. Yeah, it kind of looks like Jean's almost grabbing Colossus' dick. I put Jean in at the last minute. I wasn't sure where to put her. I was trying to get her in kind of in between right there because I didn't want her covering anyone up. But she wouldn't stand there very well, so I just kind of plopped her in right there because that was the only flat ground around there. I wanted her next to a Cyclops, but she would have been covering up Iceman. Wolverine's position I don't really love. Psylocke's I think is cool, but I don't think it's great. And then Gambit's was way cooler because I had this propped up more at an angle, so it looked like he was kind of like sitting on it and having one of his legs like lean off it. But whatever. I'm overall pretty glad that I ended up getting these G.I. Joes way back when I did, because they're kind of cool. They're a little tiny army builder. You guys hopefully saw me use them in VidFest, which was just a blow off for me. I kind of had forgotten about it until like the day of, so I just kind of threw that together real quick. Yeah. I don't want to. Almost. There we go. I don't know. I just kind of tossed these guys here, but yeah, you guys. This one, his head's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be another one of these. And then he has a helmet of his own that's like theirs, but I don't know where it is, so I just gave him that. And then these guys I got all at Marshall's. They're like flame soldiers or something like that. So yeah. Anywho, like I said, eventually I'm going to have like a full shelf for my Batman villains, my Batman rogues gallery and whatnot. I want to get another Detolf eventually too. I'm going to put over here. This thing is just covered in random stuff along with this thing. Right here, well, here's still my picture taking station. I put in the yellow backdrop. It looks nice in person, but it doesn't look as great on camera. Here we got my Dark Avengers. I just kind of put these guys in there just for a little bit of storage. And then sort of my Dark Rain timed Thunderbolts. I want them, I can't wait till they release that Moonstar. And then hopefully they'll do a Miss Marvel variant Moonstar that can go with our Dark Avengers. But and I still need to get a Crossbones and blah, 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 blah. But there's something that's going to be like my Dark Reign Siege era type stuff in here. I saw this, my X-Men. I swapped out the bottom cubes on these so that this whole shelf, like this whole tower could be X-Men. So I got my like sort of 80s, 90s X-Men, late 90s X-Men, I guess. I got my X-Force cube. And then now I got my X-Villains. I rearranged them a little bit. I was able to add in Toad as well as I am blanking. I can't think of what his name is. But I added in Sinister as well. I took off the tubes on him just so I could push him as far back as I did. And then over here we got the Spider-Man villains. And then here's my Hulk cube, which I rearranged some. I got my Face-Off Hulk punching out the Gray Hulk. I got my repainted Gray Hulk because I was too lazy to buy a Green Hulk first appearance. I'm just kind of standing over my broken Abomination. I think I just have like some sticky tack holding his arm on. And I've got my movie Hulk with my movie thing, which that movie thing figure sucks. And then I just put in my I saw Ogun Ryu do this on the Facebook page. He had a pic with the Joe Fix-It Hulk. Here, 1 second. Let me see if I can open this. There we go. He had a picture with the Joe Fix-It Hulk with the little 3¾ inch Wolverine. And I thought it works, kind of. The scale almost works. But I think it looks cool. I think it looks good, so I'm going to leave it like that. And that's really my towers. All I really have to mess with for now is this. Just want to add to this. Get in probably like my Siege front runners for the Avengers, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I might as well show you guys what's on top of the tower. Or towers, I should say. Here, I just got my Spidey, my Sinister Six. You know that, my little intergalactic stuff, my Galactus. I don't know if I ever talked about this. I don't think I did, but I was able to snag I can't think of his name. But I got him with Pile Driver, half the Wrecking Crew. I just have this little guy in here. I think he's cool. He's like the easiest transformation ever. But just have my Dark Victory Scarecrow, Giant Man back there. I got a couple of figs just kind of laying around. My 3 Sentinels, my big time Spidey's up there. This guy who I still think looks really cool for some reason. I got my my first Marvel Legend, one of my favorite Marvel Legends. I had him on his toes earlier, but my friend was over and he knocked him over. And I didn't feel like going through the time trying to rebalance him, so he's just on his flat foot. Put up my Gundam. Still got that up. But yeah, I guess that's basically my room for now. Oh, and over here is just random shit. But yeah, I got my Xbox, a ton of games and movies, and that's always been a mess. But yeah, I don't need to show you guys anymore. Peace. Alright guys, so here's what I picked up from the first week that I missed. Comic wise, I just didn't show it until now. It's actually the Friday before this vid is going up. I didn't get a chance to hit up the comic book shop this week, but I'll definitely get my stuff, you know. But anyway, picked up Catwoman 14. It was okay. We got to see Catwoman looking hot as hell in it, which was probably the highlight of the entire book, is that she looked really, really hot. And the Joker stripped her down naked at one point. It didn't, like, show him stripping her down or anything like that, but he, like, had to give her new clothes. She looked mad hot, is all I'm trying to say. But, it was okay. It was basically, she was getting tortured by, the Joker. But, it was decent. Spider-Man 698, I only picked this up because this is the beginning of the, final story from Amazing Spider-Man, which, if you guys didn't know, is ending at 700, which is stupid. Should have kept it going. But, anyway, in this issue, basically, I don't want to really give it away, but, Doc Ock, if you guys don't know, he's about to die. And on his deathbed, he calls for Peter Parker. So Pete shows up as Spidey, and, like, they have this little moment type thing. I don't want to give away the ending, but there's a good drop-off at the end of this book. You guys definitely need to read it. Minimum Carnage Omega, the conclusion to this story. It was pretty... The story overall I enjoyed a lot. I thought it was pretty decent, pretty good. This last issue was okay. Basically, Carnage came into the real world and he was whooping ass. And when they came back into the real world, they were a little bit... they were, like, human for a while. Or not human, what am I saying? They were mini for a little bit in the beginning. And then this part, I'm going to give it away because it's not that important. It was mad confusing, like, because they didn't really show it well. But basically, what we're pretty sure happened is that Scarlet Spidey stabbed Carnage right in the eyeball, like through the eyeball. I don't know. That's what it kind of seemed like. I'm not really sure because he didn't really die. And then at the end, they're like, even though he's not near the symbiote, it's still in his bloodstream, and he's like no longer a host because he's in a coma, but the symbiote is like fully taken over his body basically, or something like that. But yeah, it was decent. And then this week that just happened, Venom 27.1 came out, so I gotta pick that up. I'm hoping that they're able to have Venom go to at least 30 before they end it. But yeah, and then probably my favorite book of the week was Uncanny X-Force 34, Final Execution Saga. This was crazy good. Like, this was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. He comes up, now, I'm not going to tell you whose body, because this is actually sort of what happened in the book. I mean, the body's not on fire, and Evan really didn't have much to do with it, but Wolverine does kill someone in this story, and he's holding him, damn it, fuck. I gave it away, sort of. Not really, just narrowed it down that it can't be a girl, but he's holding the character at the end, and he's kind of sad about it, because he killed him. And it was just mad good, and I was kind of surprised, because they didn't really show the killing all that well, which pissed me off. But, like, I will give away that, like, not everyone, but most of the bad guys do get killed off. They were part of this new brotherhood. Like, this dude, he gets killed off by Deadpool. Deadpool stabs him through the throat. I think all of these guys get killed off. I think there were 3 of them, and I think one of them had actually died previously. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they all die. Farouk doesn't die. I don't remember who else is in it, but that's all I can really remember. But anyway, like I said, it was a pretty good book. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is actually coming out. Uncanny Avengers 2 came out this week as well, and I didn't get to pick it up. But yeah, it was a really pretty nice book, and I enjoyed it a lot. Now, it seems like the conclusion to the story, let me just make sure it doesn't give anything away on the last page. Well, anyway, it seems like it's the conclusion to a story, but it says next, and then it says the end ? And it shows everyone who's been a part of Uncanny X-Force throughout the whole time period. We got Phantom X, Deadpool, Psylocke, Eva, Deathlock, God, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and then Archangel. And I think they're probably going to release one more before the new Uncanny X-Force comes out, which I'm not a huge... I don't think it's going to be all that good. It's a team of all girls and Puck. It's Psylocke, Storm, Spiral, a female version of Phantom X, and Puck. And I'm pretty sure that's the whole roster. I might be missing one other girl character. And then they're also releasing Cable and X-Force, which I'm not too stoked for either. But yeah, this is definitely a good read. I really enjoyed Uncanny X-Force throughout all of it. But yeah, so that's all. That's what I picked up this week.